Ask away. Ask questions. We're back. We're good to go. Session starts now, everyone.
So Ronnie, would you believe that it's actually cooler here in California than it is in Ohio where you just left?
Yeah, I actually just got news of that last night, so it's actually very unfortunate, but I'm happy for the guys back in Ohio.
As you prepare for the Rose Bowl, a lot of people want to sit there and talk about Ohio State's a team that competes for the college football playoff. What do you say when people say that that this game maybe is not as special as it should be?
Oh, well, that's them. We're in a very prestigious bowl game. We're very fortunate to be here, and we're very excited. So we're taking this, very seriously. We're definitely trying to get the win.
What do you see when you watch the film of the Utah offense?
Offense that they do what they do well. They have fast guys, physical guys. They play hard and they play fast. It's going to be a great challenge, and we're definitely looking forward to it.
Do you see any similarities with Utah's physicality with maybe that team up north? Just maybe some of the struggles that happened in that game, getting like Hassan Haskins to the ground. Do you see some similarities there, or is that just oversimplified?
They're a physical team. A lot of teams in college football are physical, and I would just kind of leave it at that.
Would you describe your team, your defense as being physical?
Yeah, I would.
What's been some of the things that you guys learned throughout the season? What's kind of prepared you for the game today? The Rose Bowl.
In the beginning of the season, we had a lot of inexperienced guys. Guys who just didn't have much time on the field. So just having those games on our belt, just helps us overall. Looking forward to next season and finishing out this game right here.
What does playing in the Rose Bowl mean to you?
It means a lot. You grow up watching the greats playing it, so just having the chance to play here, representing your team and your family is a blessing.
Are you going to have family here?
Most definitely. Yes, it is, for sure.
Being an East Coast guy, did you watch the Rose Bowl yearly? Obviously it's a national game, probably means more in Big Ten country and Pac-12 country, but was it a game you watched a lot as a kid?
I definitely did. I grew up an Ohio State fan, so whenever we were in it, like in 2018 and stuff like that, I definitely watched it.
We sometimes forget how young you guys are. What's maybe your first Rose Bowl memory? You sit there, you look, Ohio State, 10, 11 years ago, played Oregon in there. Do you remember that game? Does it go prior to that?
I would say the first game I remember like actually watching and kind of knowing what's going on. I would probably say Georgia versus Oklahoma. I just remember sitting on the couch with a few of my guys back from my hometown, and we kind of watched that game, which was a great game. So I would probably say that Georgia-Oklahoma game.
Pascal was one of the 4 players to opt out. Kind of bittersweet seeing him not, being able to participate in the game, going on to his next chapter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those guys, they put in the work. It's time for them to take the next step and, really chase their dreams and goals and accomplish things. So we're excited for them and we support them.
Not your position, but who do you expect to step up?
Whoever's called, we have a thing called competitive excellence. So whenever your number's called, you got to be ready. So I'm sure the guy whose number's called will be ready.
Ronnie, how does playing in the Big Ten, what type of competition you guys face in the Big Ten, prepare you for Utah?
We play great teams week in and week out. Guys prepare well. They play tough. They play fast. They play physical. So it only helps you better and prepares you for the next games.
And where are you guys at as a defense right now? Do you guys feeling that you're playing at your best right now, or how would you describe where the defense is at right now?
We definitely didn't play our best against the team up north, but we've been putting in the work, putting in the preparation. So we're excited to go show that on Saturday.
I know you don't want to give up any of the game plan, but never ask you to. But should people maybe expect to see some different things potentially out there? That some new wrinkles.
I would say look for a fast and physical defense. That's what I would say.
Heard that Jim Knowles came through town, the DC for next year. Did you get an opportunity to talk to Coach Knowles?
Yeah, we had a short amount of time to speak with him, and it went well. We're excited for him.
Did have you just, your focus is on Utah, but have you gone and watched any Oklahoma State film just to kind of see, hey, this is what this guy's all about, or is that January 2nd and beyond?
I definitely have. But like I said, our main focus is to get this win against Utah. I can't hear you, sir.
Biggest challenge offensively that Utah poses for you?
Their quarterback is he's a really good runner and a really good thrower. I would say he's kind of a savvy quarterback, so we got to keep our eyes on him. And they have some really good running backs. They like to run the ball a lot. So just being able to stop the run and also control the quarterback would be huge.
Now, having a mobile quarterback yourself, so you guys kind of used to practicing against guys who can run, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't really go on the quarterback anyway when they're live in practice, but yeah.
Big Ten starts playing bowl games today. Do you cheer for the conference or?
Most definitely, yeah, most definitely.
What about that team up north who's going to be playing on New Year's Eve? Do you cheer for them or?
I mean, you could probably answer that yourself.
Ronnie, how would you evaluate the way you played this season?
I would say good. From not having much experiences from the previous year and stepping in and starting, I would say good. I was able to contribute to my team in the wins that we had, so I'm very grateful for that.
What goes into your goal setting for the year? You're ready for the season. You think about what you want to do personally, what you guys want to accomplish as a team. What are the things that you try to evaluate when you set your goals for the season?
Well, the number one goal is to win the Natty. We come here for that, so that's definitely our number one goal. But personally, I just kind of look at the things that I need to work on or that I need to improve on, especially off of this year, and then kind of attack it from there.
How do you balance trying to celebrate and enjoy this week as for everything that you've accomplished this year, and at the same time know that the team is trying to use this as a building block for next season?
It's not hard. Our main goal out here is to come out and win. We're not too focused on next year or anything like that. Our focus is right here, so it's not too hard at all.
You had a chance to talk with Jim Knowles when he came in?
Yes, we did. We're excited to have him. It was a short conversation, but we're definitely excited and looking forward to meeting him.
What was your impression of him?
I thought he was a cool guy. I didn't get too much of a read on him, but I will in January.
Ronnie, does it feel just weird that we're having these conversations about the next coordinator and you guys meet him in the middle of preparing for, there's still one more game here on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, it's a business at the end of the day. Stuff like this happens, so you just kind of got to adapt to it and move on.
How do you see your role changing at all into next season?
I honestly cannot answer that question. I don't really know what their plans are necessarily for next year, but I'm sure I will know soon in the future.
Has Josh been around at all lately to start moving, get ready for the spring?
Josh Proctor? I'm pretty sure he's at a good place in his recovery. He'll be ready for next season.
How's your experience been in LA so far with Disneyland and everything like that, all the events?
Despite the rain and it's a little bit colder than I expected, it's been cool. This is my second time out here in LA, so I'm fortunate. I'm just taking it all in out here with my guys.
Yeah, totally. How does it feel just to be surrounded by so many of your best friends, and how is the team atmosphere?
It's good. These moments last for a lifetime. You're out here with your brothers and trying to make the most of it. So we're definitely taking it in. We're cherishing it, and it's exciting.
Yeah, definitely take it all in. One last question for you. If you were to pick one actor to cast you in a movie, who would it be and why?
That's a great question. I like a lot of movies. I'd probably have to go with either Seth Rogen or Denzel Washington. I know that's kind of wide, but those are two of my guys. I love both of their movies, so I'd go with those two. Either one of those would be fine.
Ronnie, when you look at Utah, is there a team that you played that you can kind of compare them to in terms of what they run schematically, or are they kind of their own?
They run a lot of 12, some 13 personnel, not too much 11. You get that sometimes in the Big Ten, so it's not too much of a shocker, but it's definitely a little bit more run, I would say, oriented, more bigger people on the field than some games that we played.
And what kind of challenges their offense presents? Obviously, they have a reputation for being very physical. Kind of excited about facing that opportunity.
Yeah, we're definitely excited for it. They like to run the ball a lot. You know, they like to put big people on the field. And they have a really good quarterback as well. You know, he's savvy. You know, he's been there for a while. So we're excited for the challenge.
Ronnie, you have a chance on Saturday to reach triple digits in terms of tackle total. What would it mean to you to reach 100-plus tackles on the season?
It'll be really cool. You know, just being able to contribute, you know, throughout this whole season has been a blessing for me. And for me to reach that milestone will be something that I would definitely take dearly.
Have you had a chance to kind of sit back and reflect on your season, being able to fit in as that bullet in the defense? Really, Ohio State probably didn't imagine as much production as you gained.
Yeah, I would say it'd be easier to do that after this game. You know, our focus is still trying to get this win before the end of the season. But yeah, definitely after this season, I'll definitely be able to do that more.
Is there one area of your game where you felt you just really improved compared to past seasons of playing football?
Well, honestly, this is my first time playing football this season since 2019, I believe. So I'll just be comparing everything to this year, kind of.
So getting back on the field, just how did you feel throughout the whole season? Playing as well as you did, just what was that like?
It was great. You know, I definitely had some ups and downs on my process to getting there. You know, it wasn't all good, but I stayed strong. I stayed focused. So it was just a blessing to be out there and just help my team get some wins.
Was there anybody over the course of the season that you kind of leaned on, maybe a veteran or something like that, a captain, anything that you felt really gave you advice every week as you watched film and prepared?
I would say, you know, pretty much, you know, all the guys in the room. You know, we have a tight knit group. You know, I feel like I could go to anyone on the team, honestly. So yeah.
And just Ohio State's secondary in general, just how did you assess the level of play that you guys had all season and where you guys improved?
We had a lot of improvement. I said it earlier, we had not too much experience coming into the season. You know, especially in the secondary, with Cam Brown being the only returning starter in the secondary. So we needed room to improve. We needed games on our belt and experience, and I think we got that. Our chemistry has definitely gone, not only as a secondary, but as a whole defense. So I'm definitely excited for the future. Let's go.
How did you evaluate just Bryson Shaw's level of play? Just like you came and you got more snaps than he ever has. How did he seem kind of preparing for games? What's his demeanor like? And just how does he work in the weight room?
Bryson's definitely one of the hardest workers, you know, on our team. You know, he's a very detailed guy. If I ever have any questions about anything that the coaches are installing, I know I can definitely go to him. You know, I love being out there with him, looking to my left and my right and seeing him out the field. It definitely gives me a boost.
You could just see his energy after the final game of the regular season. We saw his energy throughout the whole season. He was also somebody who got an interception, and as were you. So just can you take me back to that interception? Just what you saw on that play, and how you ended up taking back like you did?
From Team of North, Bryson's or mine?
Yours.
From Akron? Yeah, that was actually kind of definitely one of my favorite moments, I would say, of the season. I kind of just went in for the tackle, not really expecting the ball at all, thinking I was just going to make a third down stop. But the ball went right through the tight end's hands, and it kind of just fell into my pocket. And I looked down, and I saw the ball, and I was like, I got to run. It was that kind of thing. But, yeah, that was really cool, though, for sure. No problem.
Ronnie, what's it like prepping for a game defensively? You're in a weird situation where Jim Knowles is about to come in. It's kind of the last game of a defensive era, waiting for a new defensive era to start. What's that been like over the last month?
Not too confusing or anything like that. You know, the coaches have done a great job of making sure our focus stays strong on beating Utah. So that's been our main goal. You know, that's our main reason we're out here right now. So it's not been too bad trying to focus on that.
Yeah, I know you guys talk a lot of X's and O's and film watching in practice, but just the mindset of the practice, what has it been like? Has it been laid back? You guys going harder than usual? Both practices can go either way.
You know, we're out here, it's game week. So, you know, we're full throttle in every aspect. We're excited for this game, and we know what needs to be done. Preparation is key, and that's what we're doing now.
I know you guys don't lose a lot of games here, and you always want to get back out quickly. This time you got to sit on one for a month.
Yeah.
Does that make an angrier team? Are you guys getting frustrated, almost impatient wanting to play?
I wouldn't say that. I would say we're excited for this game. You know, we're ready to play, and yeah, like I said, we're excited.
How familiar are all the players with the history of this game? I know people my age and older think of this as the biggest deal of all.
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with that history? Have you talked about that?
Most definitely. You grow up watching the greats play in this game. You know, some of the greatest players to ever touch a football play in this game. So yeah, we're all pretty much have the knowledge on it, and we kind of know that this is a big deal. You know, like you said, it's the granddaddy of them all.
For a lot of people, the question is, how motivated is Latson? We know Utah is. How motivated is Latson? How would you answer that question?
Very motivated. It's not even a question for us. You know, our main goal is to come out here and win. So I would say we're very motivated, definitely.
Did that happen a month ago? Is that part of the equation?
I mean, yeah, definitely left a bad taste in our mouth. But, you know, we put that game behind us. You know, our main focus is on Utah. You know, trying to send the seniors out the right way, trying to send the guys who, you know, if this is their last game, send them out the right way.
You're going to have a new defensive coordinator, at least a tweaked scheme. How excited are you about that?
I would say I'm excited. You know, Jim knows, you know, he's done a great job at his previous school, and he looks really good on paper as well. So I'm excited for the future.
And Matt Thornton has been essentially your coordinator this year. What job you think he's done, and how much would you like to continue working with him?
He's done a great job. I've said, you know, a long time ago, but he does a great job of teaching and explaining things to players, and I like that. You know, a lot of coaches, you know, they do things in different ways, but one thing I like about him is his ability to explain something to his players and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to, you know, being coached by him in the future as well, too.
Any indication for sure he'll be back?
I have no idea about any of that, so we'll probably find. You guys will probably find out before me, if anything.
Not to stir anything up, but to stir some things up. After the team up north game, some comments were made about calling maybe the toughness of your team in question. How much does that piss you off?
It definitely does, but you know, they came out, the better team played better in that game, and they won that game, and that's that. You know, like I said earlier, we kind of put that game behind us. You know, we're focused on Utah right now, and our main goal is to get this win.
I get a sense you expected this kind of year. Is that right?
Yes. You know, I've always had high expectations for myself, so I definitely expected the best for myself. Yes.
What's the next step for you?
Coming back next year and trying to win a national championship.
Any personal goals, or is that?
I haven't really dived into next year and my personal goals for next year yet. You know, like I said, we're trying to get this win right now. That stuff will come when it comes. No problem.
Sonny Styles, who just recently signed, plays all three levels on defense, reclassified. Could you imagine doing that as, you know, going from your junior year, like immediately trying to enroll in college? What are your thoughts on something like that?
You know, this process, you know, there's no blueprint to it. You know, some guys' processes are going to be different than others. And if he feels that's best for him, we'll welcome him into the brotherhood. You know, we're excited for him. We're going to have open arms for him.
Have you spoken to Sonny at all?
On his visits and stuff like that. You know, he's been to a couple practices and stuff like that. So just about that. But, I mean, it'll definitely be more once he gets on campus.
Did you see them sort of like learn anything from their last game? Was there any takeaway good or bad from that last game?
Yeah, you know, we watched the film, made the corrections, and excited to go out on Saturday and play ball again.
How's practice been so far?
It's been great. You know, the energy's been high. It's hard not to have energy. You know, you're playing in the Rose Bowl. It's such a prestigious bowl game. So, you know, the energy's been up. We're super excited. Like I said earlier, the guys, you know, we're full throttle right now. So we're excited.
Can you talk about the tradition of playing for Ohio State?
Pardon me?
Can you talk about the tradition of playing for Ohio State?
It's I wouldn't say pressure, but, you know, there's definitely a standard that you got to uphold. You know, there's been greats that have come before you that have kind of paved the way for us. And, you know, what Ohio State really is and what it means to be a Buckeye. So it's a great tradition, and it's honestly an honor to wear that jersey with your last name on the back of it.
What's the biggest thing you learned being part of the Ohio State football team?
Competitive excellence, you know, being ready when your number's called. You know, you never know what's going to happen or when your number's going to be called or when you're going to be thrown in, but just got to make the most of the opportunity. You know, you got to take advantage because you never know when you're going to get it again.
Ronnie, with bowl practices, it's normally gives some opportunity for some younger guys to get some more practice time, stuff like that. Who have you kind of seen maybe taking that next step in this past month?
I would definitely say Jordan Hancock is one of them. You know, he's been making a lot of plays on the ball, especially, you know, last week where we were back in Ohio practicing. He's been looking really good, so I'm definitely excited to see him keep growing, you know, as a DB and stuff like that.
4 or 5 bowl games have already been kind of canceled through the season. It's not a lot. I mean, a lot of it is, you can get vaccinated or whatever, but it's somewhat out of your control. Do you feel like you've crossed maybe a milestone by getting here to LA, and it seems like, okay, we're going to play this game?
Yeah, definitely feeling like we're going to play. I'd be crushed if we didn't play, but you never know. It's crazy times we're living in right now, so just kind of holding on. Hopefully, we can still get this game going.
Have you guys done anything differently because of the COVID protocols, or has that stayed the same from the season?
I would say it's about the same. Most of the guys are vaccinated and stuff like that. So.
Have you guys kind of ramped up testing maybe now that you're out here?
No, I haven't gotten tested yet. I'm pretty sure we get tested soon. I don't really know, honestly. I don't know, but I haven't got tested yet. So.
For people, obviously, people that kind of around the team understand, but for the average fan, just how much different is this year than last year? I know that might seem like a silly question, but I think maybe people don't necessarily know all the things you guys went through last year. What's it been like this year?
Well, last year was it was really tough. COVID, it was a huge effect on a lot of guys, mentally, physically, and stuff like that. So just being able to have a full season and not have any ups and downs or canceling of games and stuff like that has been very fortunate. We cherish it. Being together with the guys and stuff like that has been great. So we're thankful for it.
You guys get to hang out more?
Yeah, that stuff takes a toll on you, not being around your guys, having to leave the facility early because you can't stay. So yeah, that stuff took a toll on us, but we're glad that's behind us. Hopefully, it's behind us for good, but who knows?
Coach Barnes was talking about the defense and in general. He said he thought early in the year a lot of it may have had to do with young guys just adjusting to playing. You obviously were playing big snaps for the first time. How much do you feel like guys like yourself made progress throughout the season and that helped bring the defense along, taking coaching roles and stuff out of it? Guys on the field, development, how much?
Yeah, for sure, huge. I say that in a lot of my interviews and stuff like that. But it's hard to prepare for something you've never experienced. You can do all the little stuff right, but just having those games under your belt, those snaps under your belt, those 4-quarter games under your belt, and knowing what it's really like in the field, when the crowd is loud, you can't even hear yourself talk, and still having to make a call and stuff like that, it helps tremendously because you don't really know what it's like until you're really out there. And like Coach Barnes said, a lot of the guys, especially in the secondary, were young. Cam Brown being, the only returning starter from last year. So it was huge for us to get those games under our belt. And I think it showed, as the season went on, we kind of progressed, not only as a secondary, but as a defense as well. Can you speak up a little bit, sir?
Utah's a team that likes to use multiple tight ends.
For sure.
2 or 3 tight ends. What type of challenge is that? Because I imagine you're not a ton of teams you face this year that just line up with 12 to 2.
Yeah, some teams in the Big Ten, they like to throw the big tight ends out there and stuff like that. So we're not, too far from it. But, it's just something we got to adjust to. Our coaches have done a good job putting in the game plan for it. And if we go out there and execute that game plan, we'll be fine.
How big a difference is it in coverage to go from covering a receiver to a tight end?
Well, I've actually covered a lot of tight ends this season. So it's not too much of a difference for me. I'm kind of used to it. I guard ruck and stuff like that in practice every day. So.
What concerns you the most about this Utah offense?
I really wouldn't use the word concern, honestly. They do a great job of what they do. They have a good running back. Like you said, they use their tight ends really well. Their quarterback is also very well, too. But as long as we stick to our plan and do what we were, taught to do and practice for, we'll be fine.
Do you look forward for a game where you know that you're maybe going to be called upon to play a lot of run support with Tavion Thomas, with T.J. Pledger? You kind of know what's coming at you, and it's going to be whoever bows up the biggest and hits the best is going to probably have the best outcome.
Yeah, that's the game of football. So I've been doing this all my life, so it's just the game of football.
This isn't the bowl game you were necessarily hoping to get in. What's your thought? Can this still be a bowl game you can get excited for an opponent?
Yeah, most definitely. This is the granddaddy of them all, as they say. But, this is a very prestigious bowl game, and we're very fortunate enough to play in it. There's been many greats who have played in it before us, so we're very excited. And we're definitely, turned up for it. This isn't like just another game or anything like that for us. This means a lot to us, not only for us, but for Buckeye Nation as well. So.
When you have teammates that opt out and not playing in bowl games, you feel happy for them? Do you wish they were here? What's your thoughts on that?
It's kind of bittersweet. You know, you obviously wish they were here, with you, just because those are your guys and your brothers. But, it's time for them to take that next step in their football career. So I couldn't do nothing but support them. I'm definitely happy for those guys, and I wish them the best.
How do you think you guys will manage without having half court?
Pardon me?
How do you think your defense will manage not having half court?
He's a senior captain for us, so it's definitely, kind of a tough loss. But I said it earlier, we have a thing called competitive excellence. When your number's called, you got to be ready. And the guys and the other guys in that D-line room, they work hard and do all the right stuff. So I have no worries about the next guy stepping up and filling the shoes.
Talk about the history of the Rose Bowl. Do you maybe hear from somebody like Archie Griffin, who certainly had quite a Rose Bowl career, with him still being so close to the university?
We haven't. I would say we haven't heard from him, but yeah, you're right. He definitely did have a tremendous career, and especially at the Rose Bowl himself. So yeah.
How much was Coach Day and the staff emphasize the history of this bowl game?
A lot. Because it is. It's true. This is a very prestigious event. We're fortunate enough to be here and play for us and the state of Ohio.
Did they bring in anybody to talk to the team or show any clips of anything or anything like that?
I wouldn't say right now. I wouldn't put it past them, if we get like a guest speaker or anything like that. But no, they haven't.
Do you think a win in this game would have any benefit as far as kind of momentum going into the offseason?
I would say that for sure. Get this. We definitely wouldn't want to end the season, on a loss, on a bad performance, that kind of thing. So it definitely would help us going into next year with some momentum.
Ronnie, what are you seeing from Fort Williams during bowl practice?
Pardon me?
What are you seeing from Fort Williams during bowl practice?
Very detailed guy. You can ask anyone in the room. He's very detailed and a very diligent worker. He works hard. Court's a guy that's always locked in. If any of us have questions, we can always go to each other and ask him and talk about things. But Court always puts in the work, so he's definitely been working hard.
So even older guys can go to him to get those kind of.
I'm talking about our relationship, me and him, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Do you see? Are there ways for the two of you can be on the field together next year? Because I know you're both bullets.
Yeah.
But you've got a new coordinator coming in. He's probably gonna have a new perspective on things. Do you see ways where athletically the two of you fit on the field?
I think we can. Court's a athletic freak. So being on the field with him would definitely be something that's cool. And I said before, I'm not too sure what our plans are necessarily next year for the secondary, but I wouldn't mind that. It would definitely be something that's cool for sure.
I know you guys only got to talk to him, to Coach Knowles, very briefly.
Yeah.
Was there something you wanted to get out of that meeting? Something you wanted to hear from him, see from him?
Kind of just where he stood. It was a very brief meeting. We'll be meeting him in January, and we'll be able to go more into depth of his plans and stuff like that. So yeah.
Is it an exciting time at all as a player? Maybe exciting is not the right word, but things are going to change. He's coming in. He'll have his own ideas. He'll be kind of reevaluating people all over. Does that add some kind of a vibe to these next few months?
I said earlier, he's done a great job where he was at, where he just came from. So, I'm excited for him to bring in, his knowledge, everything he knows to the game. So, yeah, I would say exciting for sure. I would definitely say exciting.
Cam Martinez had sort of a transition in the middle of the season and came back and started working with you guys. Did you see anything from him that makes you think that could be a long-term fit for this year at free safety?
I would say Cam Martinez he's super athletic. If you ever watch his high school film, you'd be able to know what I'm talking about. That guy can do it all. He has great hands, great feet, and he's super fast. So I think anywhere we put Cam, he'll be able to shine. He's one of those kind of guys who can do it all. I would say he's probably comfortable back there. I would say, just knowing him and stuff like that. But that guy can play anywhere on the field. Literally anywhere, offense and defense. We
Did
done?
they think about moving him to the offense?
No, I mean, I don't know about that, but I know he can play it. That's all I'm saying.
People have done that. People have done it well.
Still Chambers, right?
Thanks, Ronnie.
Thank you. Sure, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Everybody, we'll see you